friends. Welcome to our first Crafting with Marian virtual version. I want to welcome you and let's get going. First of all, we want to figure out if we have everything in our brown paper bag. So what you should have is a mug and a brush and a pen. Okay, that's going to become important later. And some paint that you've chosen the color for, and the instructions on how to cook it when you're done so that it stays permanent. Those are all the things we're going to do. Now this is a good look at the end result, so you kind of have something to go with as far as knowing what you're doing. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is get out your paints. We have all the things you need included in the bag, except you will need to provide yourself with a cup of water for your brush, and you will also need to make sure that you have a paper towel or some kind of napkin or something to wipe the brush on so you don't get paint everywhere. All right, and maybe have some paint clothes on. That would be good. That would be a good idea. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our brush, we're going to take our mug, and we're going to make sure it's clean. So you got to wipe it off real quick. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Then you're going to paint. I know, right? Painted mug. So the first thing you want to do is take a pencil and either a dime or a penny and give yourself 3 circles. 1, 2, 3 around your mug. Those are going to be the centers, and that way you'll know if your flowers are like where you want them to be and that you have a center for them. It's kind of a good way to keep you on track so that all your petals come off of it correctly, and it'll look like a flower then, hopefully. All right, so you've chosen your color, so let's make those circles, and once you've got that done, then we're going to make the petals. Now, in the example that I made my petals pointy. I did it back at Christmas time, so it was sort of a poinsettia kind of a flower, but you are welcome to do a round or smooth. I always recommend odd numbers of petals or whatever you're doing, because odd numbers always look more interesting. But 5, 7, 9, any odd number of petals, and they can be skinny or chubby, long or short and pointy at the end, or they can be smooth and round at the end like a daisy petal. Those are all your choices. You get to do it any way you want. Now you might have noticed on my example that I had green on there as well. I had a friend that I taught the program to, and they did it without, and I did it with the green so I could compare them. And I far and away preferred the one without the extra color. So we're just doing the one color, and you won't have green to make leaves, but you'll be able to make leaves with the pen. Okay, good. Now, once you've got your circles that you made with a pencil, you want to put those circles around it so that there's one on the front, one on the back, and one directly across from the handle. See where the handle is, and then one right there. All right. Just roughly though, it's just a real casual art. It's not picky. It's just fun and easy. All right, so don't stress yourself out about where those circles are or if they're perfectly round, because it doesn't matter. They're just in pencil. Now you paint your leaves, you petals all over, and then you're gonna let it dry. And when you're completely and utterly sure that it is all the way dry, you're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes and wait that 10 extra minutes before you do anything else. The next thing you're gonna do, this is called a oil-based paint pen. It writes like a marker, but kind of a permanent thing. If you make a mistake, you need to wipe that mistake off right away, because it becomes very permanent very quickly. Please be careful and don't get it on your clothes, because it is permanent almost instantly on your clothes. I had that incident, so I know. Now the pens, if you get one that's already unwrapped, it's ready to go. You just have to give it a little shake. But if you get one that's still wrapped, you need to follow some instructions. The instructions being that you're going to take the wrapper off, of course. Then you're going to take the ink end, and you're going to push it in. It kind of opens up the inkwell, let's say. And then you have to press down on paper towel, something else, until you see ink come all the way to the tip. You shake it, and then it's ready to use. Now what we're going to do with this is you're going to take it and you're going to sort of just casually outline every leaf. If you make a mistake, it's not a mistake, because that's how this is supposed to look. It's casually outlined, just giving a little bit more shape and dimension to the petals that you've already painted. So it's just a casual thing. Then you can also make, as you see on here, you can make little curlicues and leaves and center dots if you prefer those. So you've got lots of things you can do with this paint pen. Like I said, though, it's very, very permanent. So like I just got some on my finger. Yeah, I'll have that till tomorrow. All right. So that's the basic overall idea of what we're going to be doing. I cannot be with you to do it because we have to do it virtually. If you ever have any questions, you get halfway through it and you can't finish it, can't fix it, you're welcome to call me on a day I work and I will walk you through it. Now, here's the end of it. When you get completely finished and it's dried, you wait full 24 hours. You have to wait. And then you're going to cook it in an oven. So you put it in a cold oven. You set the degrees at 350. And then when the timer goes off to let you know that it's ready, your mugs will already be in there heating up. And then you set your timer for 30 minutes. So it's 350 degrees for 30 minutes, but you put it in cold, and then when the timer goes off and says your 30 minutes is up, you turn off the stove, but you leave the cups in there because you want to make sure that they're not hot when you take them out of the oven, because they're supposed to cool slowly. And then you'll take them out, and they're hand washable. You can't microwave or dishwash them because the paint will come off. But I have found that my paint stays on pretty well. I do this a lot. And the cooking of the mug will not release any kind of fumes into the house, so you don't have to worry about it smelling up the house or, being gross or anything. So that's the program. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. Now, when you get completely finished, I need you to return all the supplies. I will need the paintbrush back, the pen back, the paint pods that I'm going to be sending with your paint in it. And you're going to put those all in the bag that you got your things in that has your name on it. That way you put it right in the drop box as if it's a book or a movie. You just put it in the drop box, and that way we can let it quarantine for 5 days before I get them. Having them will allow me to, in the bag that you got it in, will allow me to know who brought theirs back and who didn't. So I can keep track of who I need to find that is still holding on to my product. I want to get them back because I might have to do another virtual program, and I will need product to do that with. All right, that's everything for now. I want to thank you for joining us in this. And if you have any questions or comments, please, you're welcome to share them with me so I can improve my skills at doing a virtual art program. And also, if you're able, take a picture of your work. Take a picture of it and send it to us so we can see how well yours came out. Or you're welcome to bring them into the library so we can see them in person. I want to thank you so much for coming and watching this program. I hope that your mug comes out as beautiful as you want it to, and that you have a great day. Thank you.